Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's AJ here. This is my second video. The first video was my NFL record predictions, season predictions of the regular season. This video will be my playoff predictions and the teams that are going to make it based on how I feel about them. And then I'm going to do the seven teams that will make the playoffs. Then I'm going to do the honorable mentions. Then I'm going to go to the NFC and do the same thing from thereafter. But I'm going to talk about the teams that will make it first and kind of give you the reasoning of why I think this team will make it over the other and kind of just clarify what it's going to be about. So to start off, we're going to have the AFC, the 7 teams that I think will make the playoffs. I'll go over each and every one. But we'll start off with the number 1 seed, and that will be the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs will be the number 1 seed. I think that's pretty fair here. I think Chief fans and everybody knows it. They're a better team. I think they're a Super Bowl contender. I think they can make the Super Bowl again. I think they can win it all. They're always a team that can win it all. But I think Mahomes, you have Kelsey, you have Kadarius Toney, you have MVS, Rashid Rice. I love that sign. I love that draft pickup. The running game of Pacheco and Jerick McKinnon is a value. I really think the Chiefs are a 1 seed. I think they're going to go like 12-5. I think they're going to go 13-4. They're a better team. However, I think what's lacking, I think people are going to be like, their defense is good. In my opinion, I think it was a challenge for them last season. There were games where they made it close. I think the Chiefs will struggle defensively. I'm not confident in the Chiefs' ability. And in my opinion, there are teams that could beat them. I don't have the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl this year as much people probably have them going. To me, I think the Chiefs have a problem. It's the defense. You kind of saw in the Eagles game where at times Jalen Hurts had a chance. He just made some mistakes. But if the Chiefs' defense was holding him back, if that holding doesn't get called there, it's 4th down. They have to kick the field goal. The Eagles have a chance to win the game. They really do. They had opportunities. So, in my opinion, I think the Chiefs are a 1 seed, obviously. Then I'm going to go to the Buffalo Bills. That's my 2. I think they also go 13-4. They win the East, just like the Chiefs will win the West. However, I, again, don't think they're winning the Super Bowl. The Bills are a struggle. I think offensively it's the same deal as the Chiefs, but the running game's lacking there. I don't think there's really anything. I'm not happy with them, not going after Dalvin Cook. I thought that was a surprise to me. Nyheim Hines is good, but I don't know if he'll produce anything for them. However, I think the defense will be better than what it was last year, but I think they're not going to be a top. Again, they're also not a team that I don't think will win the Super Bowl. The reason I don't have the Bills going to the Super Bowl as much as people probably want them to, Josh Allen has shown in the playoffs he's kind of been inconsistent, and is that because of their offensive coordinator? The defense has been bad at times, and Josh Allen doesn't have a chance. That could be argued, but also there are times where Josh Allen makes a decision, and it's inaccurate, and it's a bad choice, and it leads him to losing. The Bengals game last year kind of showed it, and the year before when they lost in overtime because of a coin flip. I don't like the Bills. I think they're a better team. Josh Allen, I think is my MVP candidate, one of my top MVP candidates. I don't think he's going to handle the form that everybody thinks he will. I just don't see the Bills winning it. I think they go to the divisional again, but they're going to have a challenge if they're playing a real team. My 3 seed is the Cincinnati Bengals at 12-5. I think Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, obviously, are going to be, and T. Higgins. The defense got better. I think the Bengals are a Super Bowl team. I think they're my top team. They could easily beat the Chiefs. I'm not going to say easily. I think it's going to be a challenge for them. But I think they're a team that can knock the Chiefs out again. I think the Chiefs are beatable. They're not the same as last year. I think Juju kind of hurts them. You have an undecided wide receiver 1 for the Chiefs. But going to the Bengals, I think they're a better team. Joe Burrow's I think Mahomes is clearly better than Burrow. And I think Burrow has won 2 Super Bowls. He has that edge. But I think Burrow's going to prove a lot of doubters wrong. It's going to be like 2021 again when they lost to the Rams it was that weird year where I think they could have won, but I think the Bengals will do it again. I think the Chiefs are kind of a beatable team. I don't think they're as dominant as they were last year. I think they're still a favorite to win. However, I think the Bengals could get the better of them. They're a team, in my opinion, that could go to the Super Bowl. They're my favorite to make it, and I have my winner. Obviously, I will tell you later. But I think Cincy's kind of is has a better offense. Will have a more consistent offense. However, again, same thing with the Chiefs. I think their defense is my only concern, mainly Eli Apple and them getting torched. Jesse Bates is a big loss. I think linebacker-wise, I don't like it. There's really no big tackle, a guy that's not going to step up. So, but I got the Bengals being the 3, but I think they could beat the Bills and they could beat the Chiefs. My 4th seed is the Jacksonville Jaguars. As I've talked about it previously, last year was a rough year, but I think the Jaguars are looking for revenge. And look out for Jacksonville. I'm saying this again. I'm saying again. Jacksonville is a threat. They're not a team to be messed with. Trevor Lawrence proved why he was a good quarterback, a top 10 quarterback in the league. I know that playoff game he was bad against the Chargers, but it shows that he can come back. You give him a chance to, with Brandon Staley being a terrible coach. That's kind of what allowed it. But Trevor Lawrence really showed he made some big throws. Jaguars are a scary team. I think they can knock the Chiefs out, and that's a bold take. But I think the Jags are better. I think offensively the Jaguars have produced more offense, more consistency, the lack of a better team. I think the defense is my only concern again. But Jacksonville is my team. I'm on that Jaguars bandwagon. I think they're a better team, but I got the Jaguars finishing at an astonishing 13-4. However, I think seeding wise, I think 12-5 for the Jags as well. But I think they could beat the Bengals. I think they could beat the Bills. And I definitely think they could beat the Chiefs if they're given a chance to. 5 is the Jets. I think getting Aaron Rodgers, going out there, making some moves. Lazard, obviously, they got the Packers' whole team. However, I think the Jets are a better team. They're going to get a healthier Breece Hall. I really think Garrett Wilson's going to turn into a superstar at the end of the year. But I got the Jets at 12-5. Again, a team, or 11-6. I think the Jets are a playoff team. I think their defense is it remains to be seen what the defense will be. I like Sauce. I like Quinn Williams. I think they just need to be more consistent on stopping the run. I think there are times when the Jets allow a big gain. You're going to see it. But I think they're a playoff team. I think they're my 5. I think the Jets could go on a run. However, I think there's teams that can knock them out. I think they're not a winnable team, but I think they're a team that could take out one of those 4 top dogs. I just don't think it's going to happen this year for them, unfortunately. I think you give them a shot next year, see what they can do. I think they could do it. My 6th seed is the Cleveland Browns. I'm high on the Browns this year. I think Deshaun Watson's going to be better than what he was last year. I think he's a player that I think people are forgetting. This guy was great in 2019 and led the Bengals. He led the Texans to a playoff spot. I think he can do it again. You're giving him the talent to do it. I know they blew that 24-0 lead, but I think you give Deshaun Watson a better Browns team, a explosive defense. You have Amari Cooper coming off of a bad year. You have Elijah Moore. Donovan Peoples-Jones is consistent. I think Nick Chubb is going to be better than what he was last year. I think very good. I think he'll be better. I think Deshaun Watson especially will be better. We're talking about a guy who's going to be healthy, no suspension, nothing getting in his way. I would worry about the Browns 100%. I think Njoku. I think the Browns are a scary sight team that I don't think really anybody wants to play right now, especially if all of the pieces work well, which is always the problem. You have pieces, but they don't end up meshing well. But I think Deshaun Watson will be turned to form. I think he'll be better. And we're looking at a Browns team who is a scary team away from being a good team. I think they're my 6th seed, and they're going to go 11-6. My 7th seed was tough. I had to choose between the Broncos, the Steelers, the Patriots, and the Ravens, but I ended up going with a shocker. I went the Miami Dolphins. I think Miami is a 7th seed. In my opinion, I think Miami has a better defense than all 4 teams. I think when you look at consistency, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Tua being healthy, I think the running game, if they go out there and get Dalvin Cook, I think the Dolphins have a better team. The defense is way better than last year. I think my only concern for the Dolphins is seeing their inabilities. I think the defense was a problem last year. They didn't have top corners. Xavier Howard and I think Jalen Ramsey are 2 amazing guys. I think they could turn to form. I think Tua's going to be better. I think they're my 7th seed. They're going to go 10-7. I think they're going to sneak in week 11. I think they're a team that when you look out for them, they're not a canny top 10 team, but I think when you look at the Dolphins in many ways, I think they sneak in. People are not going to give them the credit. They're going to sneak in. I think they're going to be the 7th seed, but I think teams get the better of them. I think there are 6 teams better than them. The Browns, Jets, Jags, Bengals, Chiefs, and Bills, I think it can all be better than them. I'm not confident in that, but I think the Dolphins will make the playoffs this year as the 7th seed. I think they sneak in. Now, here are my honorable mentions as my dark horse teams that can sneak into the playoffs in the NFC. In the AFC, I got number 1 is the Ravens. People forget Lamar's coming off of a healthier season. I think he'll be good. I think Bateman's going to break out. I love J.K. Dobbins. I think he'll be healthier. I think he's coming off of a better season. I think Mark Andrews will be better than what he was last year. I know he was inconsistent, but a lot of teams have that problem with the tight end. I think he'll be better. I like Zay Flowers. Odell's healthy. But people forget, when Lamar was healthy, he was a beast. I think Lamar goes off. I really think Lamar is an adequate quarterback. I think he'll be better. He's a top 10 quarterback for a reason, or an outside one if you want to say it. I don't think he's better than a lot of quarterbacks, but when you give Lamar weapons, you give Lamar a chance, and even Zay Flowers and Devin Duvernay and Odell, I think the Ravens are my number 1 honorable mention to make the playoffs. The reason I don't have them, and their defense is good, but I get concerned about them. I think Lamar's problem is he's indecisive when it comes to reads. He runs more, and I think that's my problem. If he passes a little more, I think the teams will be less lenient, and that will allow him to get the runs he wants, but I think teams are figuring that out, and that's Lamar's game. He's a running quarterback, but he doesn't hit the big throws. There are times when he misreads and he makes a mistake. We've seen that last year, especially last year when it mattered most. We didn't see him. I think the Ravens missed the playoffs, and that is my opinion there. My second team is the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson will be better than what he was last year. I'm confident in that. A healthy Javonte Williams. Jerry Jeudy's going to break out this year. In my opinion, I think he's going to be better than last year. I think, what's his name? Cortland Sutton's a consistent wide receiver. I like Denver. I think they're a team that could be a very sneaky team that could knock teams out. However, the defense is my only concern. Again, I don't think I think the Dolphins just can beat both of them out, especially with quarterback play. I think defense, Jaguars have on both a more better defense, and I think injuries are a problem with the Ravens. I think you look at the Ravens, injuries are a problem, and the Broncos have a problem with injuries as well. Broncos seem to get injuries when it's really bad to get them, and it hurts them. That's what's going to happen with Denver, and they, again, will also not make the playoffs. I think Russ kind of makes a mistake. I think a team will take them down like the Chargers, whoever they play in Week 17. 18's going to knock him out, and I think that's going to cause some problems there. My third team is the New England Patriots. Bill Belichick always gets counted out, and every time he proves us wrong, he's going to do it once again. But I'm not. Mac Jones is the only issue. If they get DeAndre Hopkins or they get a Dalvin Cook, I think they're a problem, and a more bigger problem because they got Mike Gesicki, Juju. They're bringing in a team that can really get it done. My only concern is Mac Jones. The quarterback play was not there last season. Mac Jones was inconsistent. Bailey Zappi had games where he was good and games where he looked bad. I don't know what there is. I think Mac will be better, but I'm still concerned about Mac Jones getting the job done. He has proven he can get it done, and that's why they're my third team. I think they'll go 9-8. I think Ravens and Broncos will all go 10-7. Patriots go 9-8. I think they're a sleeper team. People are forgetting about them. Don't forget about the Patriots. People forget about them, and they end up going on a run. So in my opinion, I think the Patriots sneak in. One final team in the AFC will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. At another 9-8 team. I think the Steelers are going to be over 500 again. Mike Tomlin has proven he can do it. He's a top coach for a reason. He gets it done. I like Kenny Pickett. I think he's going to be near a top 15 quarterback this year. He's going to prove a lot of people wrong. There are a lot of doubters in the Steelers. I wouldn't count them out just yet. I love the Joey Porter Jr. move. I think their offense is going to be good. Deontay's going to be better. I think Freiermuth's awesome. I think Najee will be better. And I'm excited for George Pickens' second year with that. I love that they went out there and got some corners. Broderick Jones in the draft. Darnell Washington. They made some moves. They're a scary sight to get. You get a 6'7" tight end behind Pat Freiermuth and a better O-line, a better running game. I think Warren is going to be good. And that's why I think the Steelers will finish where they are. I don't really know what their problem is going to be. I think both, again, last year with Saw, we saw it. Inconsistency on offense and defense will come back to bite them again, just like the Patriots, Browns. Just like the Ravens, Broncos, Steelers, and Patriots, inconsistencies are going to get the better of them. And at the end of the day, that is my opinion for the AFC. Again, number one, Chiefs, Bills, Jaguars. Chiefs, Bills, Bengals, Jags, Jets, Broncos, and Dolphins are my 7 teams to make the playoffs. And the honorable mentions are the Ravens, Broncos, Patriots, and Steelers. And that is the AFC side. Now let's move on to the NFC. The NFC, the number one seed is the Eagles. Easy, 15-2, 14-3. I don't even need to say anything about the Eagles. They're the best team in that division by far. And even in the conference, there's nobody close to them. And Jalen Hurts is going to prove himself even more. I think he's also a top MVP candidate this year. Look out for the Eagles. Again, offense, defense. And that's all I have to say. They got better defense. They got better offense. If everything clicks, they are winning the Super Bowl. Watch out. Niners are my second seed. The San Francisco 49ers were in the NFC Championship and had a lot of injuries. Brock Purdy and Trey Lance are going to light the world on fire. I think they're going to be back to what they were. McCaffrey is one of the best running backs. I think he's proven it again. He's back to being good. George Kittle, Debo's better. Ayuk, I'm excited. The defense is amazing. You got Javon Hargrave. The defense is good. Hufanga's good. The Niners are my second seed. I think they go 13-4. I think they can beat out some teams. I think people are forgetting how good they are. And I'm telling you right now, don't forget the Niners. They are a team that gets forgotten a lot. And they really, they are a scary sight waiting to occur. My 3 seed is the Detroit Lions. Lion fans are making it. Jared Goff's the most underrated quarterback. Never gets enough credit for what he does. The Lions are a better team than people are talking about. I love their team. I don't know why I love Jamal Williams. I kind of wish he was still on the team. But the Lions are a scary sight. If they get everything clicking, they get a healthy team, they get Jameson Williams back, they're a scary sight. I think the Lions are back. I think they're making the playoffs at 12-5. Lucrative 12-5. I think they are not a Super Bowl contender by any means, but they really are an exciting team. Get excited for Detroit Lions fans. I like Dan Campbell a lot. I love the team. They are my team to be the 3 seed. My 4 seed, Seattle, easy. The Seahawks are a 4 seed. I think they go 11-6. Geno coming back is going to be very good. I'm excited for Kenneth Walker and Rashad Penny. The tandem will be better. Wide receiver core, DK, Tyler Lockett, and JSN. Nothing. That wide receiver core alone is scaring me, especially as a Packer fan. I wanted JSN. He's going to fit in that system perfectly. He's a great slot receiver in Ohio State. He cooked people. I'm an Ohio State fan, so I could tell you what I saw, and I like what JSN did. He is an explosive receiver, quick first steps, great route runner. He's underrated when it comes to catching the ball. I don't think that gets talked. His contested catches, he makes some nice moves. So yeah. Seahawks at the 4. 5 is Falcons. Bijan is going to destroy the league. I mean, their quarterback, I think Ritter will be better. I like the offense. Wide receiver core lacks. I wish Kyle Pitts got utilized a little more. Defensively, I'm more concerned. However, Atlanta's a scary team. I think they are a 10-7 team. I think they sneak in at a 5 seed. They win that division. They easily could win the South. The South is so winnable. The Bucs stink. And I think the Panthers and Saints have a bright future. However, I don't know where they're going to be. So I got the Falcons winning the division and going 10-7. Cowboys at 9-8. I think they're the 6th seed. Cowboys, Dak Prescott's a great quarterback. CeeDee Lamb is going to get the extension he deserves. Tony Pollard is one of the best running backs in the NFL. A top one at that. They're a better team. Defense is good. My only concern for Dallas is playoffs. I just don't see them winning. I can't really see them winning. Too many good teams in the NFC, and I think they're going to get beat by a good team and a bad team. And I think they're going to lose to the Niners, or they're going to lose to somebody. The 7th seed, I'm going to be a little fair here, more realistic. I got the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love is a good quarterback, but if our schedule, if you look at it from a lot of the games I saw, I think they could really go 9-8. I really think Jordan Love plays average. He's going to be very good. I'm confident in the team. I love the defense. I think people are sleeping on Green Bay a little bit, and no one's talking about Jordan Love and that Packers offense. I think they make the playoffs. I think they sneak in, and I think they take that spot from the Giants and the Saints and the Panthers. I think they beat them out, all 3 teams, and I got the Packers being the 7th seed. Now my honorable mentions, I only have 3. I couldn't think of the 4th team. Actually, I have 4. So I'm going to start off with the Giants. I think the Giants at 9-8. I figure they could either beat out the Packers or they miss it. That's what's going to happen. I think Daniel Jones, I'm concerned what he's going to be. The defense is good. Wide receiver core is another problem. I wish they went out and got D-Hop. They got Jalen Hyatt. I'm excited for him. Coming off an injury, I think he'll be very good. However, I think the defense is going to be problem. The only problem is what Daniel Jones are we going to see, and them getting Saquon Barkley and signing him on the 17th of July. I think they have to. They have to get Saquon back. He's part of their offense. But the wide receiver core is my only concern with them. That's why I don't have them making it. I think teams are going to figure that out. And, Isaiah Hodgins was good, and, Slayton was good. Shepard was hurt, so you could argue that they needed him. But that's my opinion there. My second team's the Carolina Panthers. Watch out. Bryce Young is exciting. Their team is good. I like Laviska. I like the defense. Panther fans, you could really knock out the Packers. I really think you could. Or knock out the Giants. However, I just see them missing it. I think They'll make it next year. This year just won't be their year. I think they're going to be better. The defense will be better, and the offense is going to take that next step, but it won't be enough. New Orleans Saints are my third team. I think the Saints, Derek Carr is an underrated quarterback. No one's talking about it. Derek Carr's a high value. I think he could really sneak in. I don't like Dennis Allen. I wish I had a better coach. Kamara needs to figure out that scenario. I know he'll be suspended. That's why I have him at like 7-10. And both Giants and Panthers will be 9-8. I think both teams will miss out, and the Packers and Cowboys get 9-8 or 10-7. One of the two. I have to figure it out. I got the Saints going 7-10. I think they could make it, or 8-9. You have to just see. Alvin Kamara scenarios will be interesting. The defense is good. That's the only problem. The consistency of the defense is lack of there. There's really no talent there. The only problem is Kamara. He put him in an awful situation. They got Jamal Williams to back him up in case. I like the team. I think they could sneak in. Derek Carr's a underrated quarterback for a reason. And my final team is the Vikings, of course. I think Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, that team is going to be good. However, I think the moves of... I don't like what they did in the offseason. I really wasn't really happy with it. Jordan Addison's a good upgrade for them. They lost Adam Thielen. They lost Zadarius Smith. That's a key missing piece in that defense. But at the end of the day, that's what I see happening. Vikings go 7-10 or 6-11. They're going to miss the playoffs. I have them beating out the Bears at Rams. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, there's nobody else to talk about. But that is my honorable mentions and my playoff teams for the NFC. Obviously, to back it all up, AFC, the one, Chiefs, Bills, Bengals, Jags, Jets, Browns, and Dolphins are my 7 for the AFC. And then the NFC, it's the Eagles, Niners, Lions, Seahawks, Falcons, Cowboys, Packers. And my honorable mentions are the Ravens, Broncos, Patriots, Steelers in the AFC. NFC is the Giants, Panthers, Saints, and Vikings. Those are my playoff predictions. I hope you enjoy. I'm uploading this to YouTube. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Peace.